Thanks again to those that have just joined us this evening. Welcome to our UCEN Manchester live panel discussion. I'm Amy and this is my colleague Izzy, and we're your hosts for this evening's event. It's certainly been a strange time of year for us all. So tonight's session we'll be talking to current students and how they found it, talk about how it's impacted them and their learning and what support that they've needed. I'll start by introducing the panellists and sort of what course that you guys are studying. So I'll start with you, Ahmed.
Hi, I am Ahmed and I'm studying sports science and aim on performance at Tier 1.
Thank you. Bridget?
Hi, I'm Bridget. I study performing arts. I'm in my third year.
Fabulous, thank you. Natasha, over to you.
Hi, I'm Natasha. I'm in my first year. I'm studying teacher education at Fielding campus.
Lovely. Nora, over to you.
Hello, my name is Noor Huda and I'm studying access to medicine, dentistry and pharmacy, and it's my second year.
Fabulous. And last but not least, a new student who's just joined us. You want to introduce yourself? Oh, we'll come back to Azar. Okay, we'll go on to the, I'll start with the first question. So over to you, Izzy.
Brilliant. So thanks all. Today, obviously, we're going to be talking a bit about what the last year's been like. It's been a very strange year for all of us, and I guess want to just share what the student insight is. Things we're really hoping will be back to normal by September, but if they're not, I think it's just good for our applicants to get a bit of an insight into what it's actually been like for the last year and what kind of things might still be in place as we go into September, because it's not all been bad. There's definitely been some positives in terms of some of the switches as well. So that's what we're talking. As Amy said, if you do have any questions in particular you'd like answered, then please pop them in the Q&A. So just going to start with, what's the last year been like for you? So if I come to you first, Ahmed.
I mean, it was different. It was my first year as well. So we get a chance to be in the campus for like 3 months at the beginning, which was great to meet everyone and see how the campus looks like and see our tutors and everyone. And it was kind of like good way to start. And then we everything go online again. But overall, I mean, I enjoyed it. It was great.
Yeah. What about you, Natasha?
Yeah, very much the same. So it was my first year studying. It was my first time studying in 15 years. So I was new back into education. So it was good to actually be in campus those first few months, definitely. And then since I've been at home as well, it's been a mixture. There's definitely some positives and then there's some tougher points. But yeah, it's good having the online system because we're just receiving really clear instructions every week. So it's been really well organised in that way.
Yeah, what about yourself, Bridget? You're on a performing arts course, so a bit more practical, a bit more
exactly
disruptive.
Yeah, I remember when we had to go to online learning because we were working on our end of year second project before everything happened. And it's really difficult to act through the phone. So we were all really concerned about like how we were gonna sort of proceed with everything. But I think we started out pretty great. And it all worked out really nicely, and thankfully the module we're working on next really fitted to being at home, so it actually worked out really nicely in the end. And I think since then we've been able to balance working through the whole situation.
Yeah. And what about you, Noor? How's the last year been for you?
For me as well, it's my first year here at the college, and it's been my course is all online based work, so it's been great, I think, so far. And also we had to, like at the start of the year, to go to do some practical at the campus, but we couldn't do that as well. But my teacher has like putting some resource online. We can carry some practical online, which has been quite fun. That's a new way to do practical like online and that. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah. And what about you also?
Yeah. For me, it's been really good. It's my first year at the Manchester college doing assist course. It's been really different from other experiences because I wasn't able to do like practicals for biology, but I had the opportunity to go to campus twice for a biology and a sociology drop-in, and it was really nice to see some people because we had to be in group of 6, and I've been really liking working at home because it's giving me like a different way to schedule things and to organize myself, and I guess like fight against laziness as well, because it's so easy to be a bit laid back when at home. So it's been good.
Yeah. I guess that's kind of a good point in terms of what flexibility do you guys feel that has actually offered you? Natasha, maybe if you want to.
Yeah, I find the lessons are short, more compact, should I say, online. So you can get that done, and then you do get your own time to study. So then it's giving me sort of more time because I'm not commuting, because I don't live close to the campus. So it's really saved me that time. I've actually had extra study time on the day as well. So yeah, I don't mind. Don't mind juggling home life and study life as well.
Yeah. What about you? No, you're nodding along. Has it been quite flexible in that sense then?
Yeah, for me it's been flexible as well. Same, I live far from the campus, so it would take me like maybe 40 minutes to just get ready, dress and all of that, but this is like save me time. Just wake up slowly, have my shower, prepare my coffee, and then just prepare my study area, and then meet my class, which has been like very enjoyable. And then I think I like it so far. And also at the end of the day, like I could do some exercising or go for a walk, because if I come back from college, I'll be tired. I can't do anything. Like normally last year I used to go to gym like just only in weekend, because how we go to, it's just tiring. But for now I have plenty of time.
Yeah. Fab. And I guess then obviously, can I get maybe Bridget to tell us a bit about how the kind of delivery has changed? Obviously, you're back on campus, aren't you now? We've had you back since as soon as we could, kind of thing. But kind of how did you find that what was beneficial about having some of it online and kind of compared to doing 30 hours a week at the Arden?
Yeah, exactly. There were so many positives to having the online and then sometimes being in person, because it's easier to organize sort of the way you're gonna do whatever work it is. Like let's say we're working for something for radio or something like that, and then our next lesson is movement. I'm able to organize like sort of my day much better. And also it's not as exhausting, because before we're in all the time from 9 a.m. to basically 8 p.m. sometimes. So it's been great to have the morning to prepare for a lesson in the afternoon or something like that. And it's not been walking to this lesson, then to this lesson. Everything just happens back to back, because everyone's able to quickly log on to be on screen. So it's much more smoother and like a lot more relaxing to like get into the lessons, which is nice, because then you approach your work with like a chilled vibe. But if you're stressing about something else and then quickly have to like get into another class or something in person, it can be really like jarring. But because you've prepared, you spent the whole day gearing up to do that one thing, it's not as stressful as before, I would say.
Yeah, but I guess that's it, isn't it? I know everybody's kind of trying to look at the positives of what this whole experience has been. And I think one of the other things about it, and Bridget might come back to you again on this, but just in terms of obviously pivoting in terms of what industry are doing as well.
Yeah, I think also because a lot of new skills have had to be, and like we've had to work new muscles, because most of the stuff we've had to do is self-taping, and the industry, because we can't physically go to auditions anymore, everyone is asking for self-tapes. And because our tutors have been teaching us about that quite recently, it's amazing, because it's worked out really perfectly for us, because now self-tapes have become more in demand, instead of people going over to London and booking trains and whatnot to only be there for like maybe half an hour. So having that sort of ease of now being able to do it from the comfort of your own home, and whilst learning about it right now has been really great as well. Yeah, so I think definitely that's a massive positive from everything, really.
Yeah, Natasha, if I come to you as well, so you're studying teacher education, how have you kind of managed that practical element and stuff like that as part of this year?
It has been difficult, because it is a practical course, and it's quite like we have to all work together. There's a lot of discussion and a lot of reflection in the course in the modules. So it's been quite tricky to get that online with our other peers in the class. So the breakout rooms are good that we use on Microsoft Teams because they help us chat, you know, more like in a more relaxed way. Because when the teacher's delivering the lesson, obviously we just have to listen and then wait our turn to talk and stuff. So it is good when we do get a chance to talk. And then today we've just been back in for the first time physically since before Christmas, and we just all didn't stop talking the whole time because we got to, like, you know, ask how did you do that and how did you do that and look at each other's work in person. So that was really useful.
Yeah, brilliant.
Do you feel like you've still managed to sort of build up those relationships with your peers?
Yeah, we've got a Facebook group, and that is just every single day someone's asking something in the Facebook group because we can't ask the questions to each other. You know, we don't know each other well enough to be texting and things like that just yet. So I'm glad we had that established before. Before we had such a long break. And then today we were just getting on as if, because we have been seeing each other every week, just online.
That's good.
What about so we've got Tareem on as well, and Nora, and so you guys are all access students. How do you guys feel that that's differed for you guys, or is that quite a similar experience?
For us, our group and class as well, we have a WhatsApp group, which is quite helpful as well. Like if someone was absent, and or you know, sometimes, you know, it's really difficult to deal with the team. You know, if you want to download your assignment or something, sometimes something happens. So like we help each other. Like if you can download the assignment, if there is a recording a lesson that you couldn't get access to it, so we always have like each other back on that group. And it's starting like as you know, we don't know each other that well, and then I think a couple of my classmates had been meeting each other the first time before the lockdown in the library, which was really nice, but I couldn't have a chance to do that with them. But but after that, we getting to know each other more and more through the chatting and helping each other, and all that helped me like mentally, because I'm quite like social person. I really like to engage with people on that, being like leaving my house alone, no one talking to me and that. So chatting through the WhatsApp group, asking sometimes not about the course, it's just about like how you been, that and how, like saying to each other like Merry Christmas or Ramadan Kareem or whatever. It's really nice as well.
Yeah, that's it. It's obviously a completely new way of building relationships in many ways, isn't it? So it's good to hear that you're still all managing to do that and you know, chat to each other about things. Do you think obviously one of the things about UCEN Manchester is we are a bit of a smaller institution. Do you think you've benefited from being in kind of a smaller institution this last year?
Let's say that again.
Do you think, like, so obviously UCEN Manchester, as we don't have as many students as other kind of universities and things like that, do you think that's been beneficial to you?
Yeah, it's benefit for me.
Yeah. What about you, Natasha? You're nodding along for that one too.
Yeah, definitely, because it's a small group and you know you're all on the same path, whereas if it was, you know, there was more, because there's only sort of fielding that I know of that are, you know, doing the teacher education courses in year one, there's only a couple of days worth of students, so it's, you all know that you're on the same path and it's easy to communicate with each other, so I think it does help.
Yeah, what about you, Ahmed?
It's I mean, it's really something really I like, because we just only 6 in our class, so it's a good way to like to know each other very well. So we all like friends now, and as well, like we get more attention from our tutors. It's anytime you want to ask anything, you don't have to wait till we finish, or like it's easy to just email them and you kind of get to respond very quickly. And it's just helping us as well, because it's a small number of the group.
Yeah, brilliant. And if we kind of come back to you again, maybe then, Ahmed, on kind of how do you feel like your tutors have supported you over this last year? Yeah,
I mean, it was great. Like she was caring and just like asking about how you feeling, how you doing, and how you coping, and it's always there to help. And something like recording classes. So every time we go classes, so if anyone just was tired, if anyone didn't do it, just he can always go back and check it. And even if when we back to the campus, we was there in September and September to December. Our daughter was start recording classes as well, because for the people who just doesn't feel safe to back to the campus, so they can get the chance to be online as well, and she's watching us and everything, which is quite great for them to do that. So it was being amazing.
Yeah, I guess gives that kind of flexibility that a lot of you are talking about, where you can catch up in your own time or kind of work around what else you've got going on in your life. Yeah. I mean, I feel like a lot of you have touched on some of the positives already, but what do you feel like some of the positives of the last year have been? To you, Bridget, on this one.
There's actually been quite a lot, you know. I think being able to do your own thing at your own pace, because I know when you're in a classroom it can feel very like intense, do it in the moment, and every teacher's asking you to do something all at the same time. But being at home, you can just work on it, and everyone understands again the situation that's going on, so you're able to pace yourself much nicely. And also it's more easier to reach the tutors as well, especially if you need help with whatever it is, whether it's something to do with your own personal project or whether it's something to do with a module you're studying. I feel like I have much more access to them than when we were actually in person, because again, they're doing a lot. So that's definitely been one of the massive positives, is just being able to like contact them and them getting back to us quite quickly.
Yeah. And so what about you? What do you feel like has been a positive? Oh, you're on mute, Isa.
Oh, sorry. I feel like one of the positive again is that teachers, as Bridget mentioned, that teachers actually get back to you like quickly. And there's been like other groups. It's not just about the course. Like there's been other groups like the photography group, the walking group, actually to help us to, you know, cope with mental stress and everything like that. So I think like that's one of the positives. And also, as she mentioned, like I can work at my own pace. I don't compare myself, and I really like it, because before, when I was doing A-levels, of course, in another college, I was always comparing my grades, but now it's more independent. Like I can have my time. I can speak to my teachers on various places. I can call them as well. Like this is the opportunity to call them, to text them on Teams, to email them, and they reply really quick. Like they're really supportive, and they don't stress us. Like I've got one teacher in particularly that every time he asks us like, when do we want this assignment due? Because he knows that of course we have other assignments as well. So the teachers understand that it's not easy to be at home. So yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Natasha?
I think mostly for me, it's like, we've already touched on it, but like the extra time it's given. Like I know Noah was saying about exercise and things like that, like you're able to just fit a lot more into your day, which is so important as adult learners, isn't it? So I think more just the no commuting, and then just, you can quickly go for a run, come back, log on, and then you're on your lesson and you've saved that time in between then. So probably just the time.
Yeah. Do you think any of you would have considered going for like a blended learning degree prior to having just had to do it, kind of thing?
Definitely not. I wouldn't have done, because I wouldn't have had to be able to put myself to work and do the work, just, I think we were saying before about like laziness kind of, but we've had no choice and we've just had to get on with it and adapt. So I wouldn't have done it unless I'd been pushed into it.
Yeah. What about any of Ahmed? Do you think you'd keep some elements of the blended in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it's good, but it would be just nice as well just to be the campus and just like have this kind of like 50-50, just like it's lots of positive about online, yeah, but always gonna be good to be in campus and just with your classmates doing practical stuff, because my course as well, so it'd be nice to have like a blended of both.
Good to have that 50-50 balance.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Fab. And then I guess kind of an extension of that is, well, how have you been supported throughout this by your tutors? Obviously, I know you've mentioned about like recording things and those kinds of things, but have any of you accessed any of the extra support services that were available?
Yeah, I have been to access to the library. I mean, it's really good and it's easy to access and just like lots of sources, books and stuff. And so I can download everything online as well. So it was great. And something like PAM Assist as well for the mental health, which was great. Just 24 hours and 7 days, be able to talk with them if you have any mental issue or something. It's just amazing.
Yeah, good having that opportunity. What about you, Noor? You had your hand up then.
Yeah, same with me as well. I had like extra support from the specialized supervisor at the college, I think, as well. I had been like through really difficult times, like I think a couple of months ago, and then I thought about like I need to quit this course. I'm not doing it. I'm not carrying this out and that. And then my biology teacher spoke to me a lot, and just like I'll refer you to someone to talk to. And then yeah, that's she talked to me, and she was really good. Like Howard touched my heart, and she kept me motivated and just like, you're doing good, we can support you, you can come to the library. And she booked me a couple of sessions and that. And yeah, it's quite good as well to have someone there listening to you and tell you like you're doing great, even though it's like really difficult sometimes, you know, for especially for myself, as I don't like staying at home that much. And also for another sport as well is like the societies. We got like fitness societies. Ahmed is really cool at that. He's all keep us motivated to do. I think we done is it February? We done like 10,000 steps a day, and I managed to finish that. I invited my friends as well to do it with me and send me their screen recorded, and also I send it to the group, and everyone was like very cooperative. March as well, I done two I think challenge. One of them was NHS blood donation. I think no sugar or no chocolate. I don't know how I survived, but yeah.
Why put yourself through that? No.
Yeah. And also I am recently as well with I joined the photography society and art as well. I'm not that great at art, so I'm doing some stuff here. See, yeah, that here.
Oh, bro.
And they're quite shocking, even though they're not nice. They tell me it's nice, so it's kind of like for me is you know, I paint when I feel like anxious or not feeling well or whatever, or happy. So yeah, I like painting, even though I'm not talented at it. And also with the photography, I think I won one of the competition. It was like a food. I went out to get like some food, and then they had like a food display, and then I took a picture, and then somehow they like it.
Oh.
So I'm quite enjoying it so far, even though I am like most of the time in my house, but I feel like I'm more engaged with the college teachers, students, and yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, it's great that we've been able to access that support. And also I think it is a really important point. I think that the support doesn't necessarily just come from kind of those services, but also your little networks and society and, you know, your class and stuff like that, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fab. Well, I guess I feel like we've kind of come to a natural end on a lot of our questions. So, and we've not had any Q&As in, so hopefully that means we've asked all the questions. I guess just kind of, if any of you guys have got anything final you'd like to say about what it's been like this year, or kind of anything you maybe want to like, any applicants who maybe have got doubts about starting with this coming year, any advice for them? Amen. Bridget, you can go then.
I think what I would say for anyone who wants to study acting at the Arden, the teachers definitely are on it. And they're really good at working with the current situation that we're in, especially because I'm in my last year now, and this is one of the biggest years that we all look forward to when we start in first year. And a lot of us were worried about how it was going to turn out, but honestly, it's been fantastic. And I'm not just saying it to say it, because they've really sort of worked through the situation really nicely. And I would say our year has been better than the last third years when they finished, which is crazy. But yeah, so definitely have faith in the fact that everyone is aware of what's going on and is working through it really well.
Yeah. Might come to you. Oh, sorry, I think you wanted to jump in then, didn't you?
Yeah, I think for the applicants, they should really consider like joining a smaller university, or like a smaller like institution, if that makes sense, because I went to a big institution before and it's not all of that. Like I prefer like a smaller one because you have more support, you have teachers like helping you, teachers helping you, and it's just better for you to focus and you come out like with good results. And so, yeah, so that's my advice.
Natasha, any words of wisdom?
Well, probably not. Just obviously, if you're thinking of applying, go for it anyway, and then you're going to be even in a better position than we were, and we all seem really happy with how it's gone anyway. So now next year you're going to be even more prepared, and the tutors have just done so well because you can see it in them as well. It's totally new. We all didn't know what we're doing from week to week, and it's still gone really well and gone really smoothly. So don't hesitate, because it's going to be even better next year.
What about you, Ahmed?
I would encourage everyone like to try to take a part in student union. And just, I mean, we have lots of society and we have lots of fun and have lots of competition and surprises. It's a really good way to have fun and encourage each other to do nice things and to know people as well. Like, it's just, I don't know Nurhan and Nurhan know me, and we haven't met before, but we know each other through the competition and society. So it's a good way to know people and good way to do lots of things you might like.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think, you know, part of the uni experience is what's outside your classroom as well, isn't it? So getting involved, that kind of brings extra richness to that experience.
Now you've sold it to me. I'm
yeah. 10,000 steps, no chocolate. Oh, brilliant. Well, Noor, have you got any words of wisdom or advice for anybody who's thinking about returning to study?
Yeah, for my course, it's like access to medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy. Like if you hear of it, you feel like it's hard, you can't do it and that, but it's not, I'm not saying it's easy, but you can do it. Just if you want to do this, if this is the path you want to do, just start doing it. You're going to get the support from the teachers, are very professional. And guess what? Like literally today was like the last lesson for math. So we are finishing with math. And we just have another 4 assignments to just finish, and we're supposed to like finish by July, even though they didn't like rush us. It's like they're very organized, they allow us time to do our assignment, they support us through the lesson if we have any question. And sometimes, you know, if we finish like earlier, they say, for example, normally like for maths we finish at 4, so the teacher will stay there. Like say for example, if we finish at 3, we're like, I'm here if you need any question. Sometimes at the start of the year, I finish all my homework and then just go back to the team like, sir, are you there? I finished the homework, but I have a couple of questions. So they're always there for you. So yeah, so like from the teachers and the student, as I mentioned, for like the group and all of that. And yeah, you got all the feedback. So just join it and do it.
Yeah. Take that step. It's exciting times, isn't it? Well, thank you all so much. It's been really great to just chat it through, and nice to hear that it's been a mostly positive experience this last year. So yeah, really helpful. Really appreciate that. If we've not got any more questions, which it doesn't look like it, I think we'll just finish up there. So thank you all again. I really appreciate you coming on, and it's been super insightful. Yeah, and thanks to everyone who's joined us. We do have a couple more events tomorrow night. One is around what it's like to return to study as an adult, and another one is on what it's like to study and access to HE. So that will be just diving in a bit deeper on that. I know Noor and some of our other attendees have kind of had a bit of a chat about that tonight, but yeah, it should be a great event, so you can still register for them if you would like. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and we hope you all have a lovely evening. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.